Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mastering English with Podcasts. I'm Raizel.
And I'm Ricky. Today, we're tackling a very important and insightful topic: signs of toxic people. This is something that affects many of us in various aspects of life, from personal relationships to professional settings.
Absolutely, Ricky. Identifying toxic people can help us protect our mental health and well-being. So, let's dive in and explore who toxic people are and how to recognize them.
To start with, Raizel, how would you define a toxic person?
Great question, Ricky. A toxic person is someone whose behavior negatively impacts others. They often create stress, conflict, and anxiety in relationships, making others feel drained or upset. Toxic people can be manipulative, controlling, and unsupportive.
Right. And it's important to note that toxicity can manifest in many forms. Some toxic people are overtly negative, while others might be more subtle and manipulative. So, Raizel, what are some signs of a toxic person?
There are several signs to look out for. One major sign is constant negativity. Toxic people often complain, criticize, and focus on the negatives, dragging others down with them. Have you ever experienced that, Ricky?
Oh, definitely. I once worked with someone who always found something to complain about, no matter how good things were. It really affected the morale of the entire team. Another sign is a lack of empathy. Toxic people often show little concern for others' feelings or needs. They can be very self-centered.
Yes, lack of empathy is a big one. Another sign is manipulation. Toxic individuals often use guilt, lies, or deceit to get what they want. For example, a friend who always makes you feel guilty for not doing things their way is showing toxic behavior. Absolutely. It's always someone else's fault, never theirs. Another sign is jealousy and envy. Toxic people often feel threatened by others' successes and may try to undermine or belittle them. Have you seen this happen, Ricky?
Yes, I have. I had a colleague who would always downplay others' achievements and try to take credit for their work. It was very demoralizing for everyone involved. Another important sign is that toxic people tend to be very controlling. They want to dictate how others should behave and make decisions for them.
That's a critical point. Control freaks can be very toxic, especially in personal relationships. They can make you feel trapped and powerless. Lastly, toxic people often engage in gossip and drama. They thrive on stirring up conflict and pitting people against each other.
Yes, they love drama. Creating conflict gives them a sense of control and attention. So, how can our listeners protect themselves from toxic people, Raizel?
The first step is awareness. Recognize the signs we've discussed today. Then, set boundaries. It's important to protect your space and not allow toxic behavior to affect you. Also, don't be afraid to distance yourself from toxic people if necessary.
Great advice, Raizel. And remember, it's okay to prioritize your well-being. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who uplift you. And for those listening, if you have any experiences or tips on dealing with toxic people, share them in the comments.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Mastering English with Podcasts, for more insightful discussions like this. Like and share this video if you found it helpful. Now it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show, answering your questions. We're so excited to hear what you have to ask about today's topic, signs of toxic people.
That's right, Raizel. Let's dive into the first question.
Audience questions.
Hi, Raizel and Ricky. I'm Emily. My question is, can a toxic person change, or are they always going to be toxic? Great question, Emily. Yes, toxic people can change, but it often requires a lot of self awareness and willingness to change on their part. It's not easy, and they may need professional help to understand and modify their behavior. However, it's important to protect yourself and not wait for them to change if their behavior is harming you.
Exactly, Raizel. Change is possible, but it's crucial to focus on your well-being and set boundaries in the meantime. Let's move on to our next question.
Hi, I'm James. How can I handle a toxic coworker without causing too much drama at work?
Hi, James. Dealing with a toxic coworker can be tricky. The key is to stay professional and not get drawn into their negativity. Set clear boundaries and communicate directly but respectfully. If the behavior continues, document specific instances and consider speaking to a supervisor or HR for support.
Good advice, Ricky. It's also helpful to focus on your work and not let their behavior affect your performance. Keep interactions with them as brief and task focused as possible. Let's hear the next question.
Hi, I'm Sarah. What should I do if a close friend is showing toxic behaviors, but I don't want to lose the friendship?
Hi, Sarah. That's a tough situation. Start by having an open and honest conversation with your friend. Use I statements to express how their behavior affects you without sounding accusatory. For example, I feel hurt when you constantly criticize me. This approach can sometimes help them understand the impact of their actions.
Great advice, Raizel. And Sarah, be prepared for any response. If your friend is receptive, you can work together to improve the relationship. However, if they become defensive or refuse to change, you may need to reconsider the friendship for your own well-being.
Hi, I'm Liam. What should I do if a family member is toxic? It's hard to just distance myself from them.
Hi, Liam. Dealing with toxic family members can be especially challenging because you can't always distance yourself easily. Start by setting clear boundaries and communicating how their behavior affects you. Seek support from other family members or a therapist to navigate the situation. Remember, it's okay to limit your interactions to protect your well-being.
That's great advice, Ricky. It's important to prioritize your mental health, even with family. Seek support systems that can help you cope and provide guidance. Let's take our final question.
Hi, I'm Lisa. Is it possible for a toxic person to change? And how can I help them if they're willing?
Hi, Lisa. Yes, it's possible for a toxic person to change, but it requires self-awareness and a genuine desire to improve. Encourage them to seek professional help, such as therapy or counseling. Support them in their journey by being understanding and patient.
Exactly, Raizel. And Lisa, it's important to maintain your boundaries while supporting them. Change is a gradual process, and it's crucial that they take responsibility for their own behavior. Your role is to support, not to fix them.
Thanks for your wonderful questions, everyone. We love hearing from you and hope our answers were helpful.
All right, everyone. We're moving on to our next vocabulary segment.
Vocabulary Builder.
Today, we'll discuss 3 words: downplay, belittle, and demoralize.
Let's start with downplay. To downplay something means to make it seem less important or less serious than it actually is.
For example, if someone says, he downplayed the severity of the issue, it means he made the issue seem less serious than it really is.
The next word is belittle. Belittle means to make someone or something seem less impressive or important.
An example would be, she felt belittled when her colleague dismissed her ideas during the meeting. It means her colleague made her feel less important by dismissing her ideas.
Finally, we have demoralize. To demoralize means to make someone lose confidence or hope.
For instance, the constant criticism from her boss demoralized her, meaning the criticism made her lose confidence in herself.
These words can be quite powerful, so it's important to use them carefully. All right, everyone, we're moving on to our next phrases segment.
Phrases.
That's right. Today, we'll discuss 3 phrases: look out for, self-centered, and stir up.
Let's start with look out for. To look out for someone or something means to watch or be careful about them to ensure their safety or success.
For example, parents often look out for their children's well-being, meaning they take care to ensure their children are safe and healthy.
The next phrase is self-centered. Being self-centered means being preoccupied with oneself and one's own needs or interests.
An example would be, he's so self-centered that he never considers how his actions affect others, meaning he only thinks about himself and not about others.
Finally, we have stir up. To stir up means to cause trouble or provoke a reaction.
For instance, the politician's speech stirred up a lot of controversy, meaning the speech caused a lot of debate and disagreement.
These phrases are very useful in daily conversations, so it's good to understand and use them correctly.
So, to recap, today we discussed the signs of toxic people, including constant negativity, lack of empathy, manipulation, blaming others, jealousy, controlling behavior, and love for drama. We shared live examples and practical tips on how to identify and deal with such individuals.
Remember, it's crucial to set boundaries and prioritize your mental well-being. Awareness is the first step to protecting yourself from toxic influences.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you found this discussion helpful and engaging.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Mastering English with Podcasts, like this video, and share it with your friends. Leave a comment with your thoughts and any topics you'd like us to cover in the future.
Until next time, stay positive and protect your peace.